Remember last year when we hooked up with the Brits and the Yanks for their sweet nuclear-powered subs?
And so, friends, AUKUS is born.
Jilting our previous sub-partners, France.
Do you think he lied to you?
I don't think. I know.
Well, France wants to take us back, and Australia's new PM isn't afraid of mending the relationship.
We always speak about the future. Doesn't matter.
But that future could look an awful lot like the very recent past. According to fresh reports, during their meeting last month, Emmanuel Macron pitched Albanese on building us 4 of those diesel-powered attack-class subs that they spent so long designing for us under the original $90 billion deal. In the wake of the AUKUS nuclear sub deal, this may seem like a fruitless offer, but many experts think the idea holds water.
France and Australia put a lot of work into that. For example, they already have a design that incorporates the US combat system, which would facilitate interoperability with the US Navy, which is really important to the Defence Ministry of Australia.
Our current fleet of Collins-class subs will be retired from 2038, while the nuclear subs may not arrive until the following decade. But Andrew Hastie reckons we'd be fine.
The advice I received from Defence as Assistant Minister for Defence was that we were going to cover that gap with the life of type extension for the Collins class.
While the government is all, let's not be hasty.
The failure of the former government to advance the question of submarine procurement has left us with the potential of a capability gap.
All this comes as the government launches an inquiry into Australia's strategic defence capability. And according to Sir Angus Houston, we have a problem.
It's absolutely imperative that we review the current strategic circumstances, which I rate the worst I've ever seen in my career.
Meanwhile, Indonesia has raised concerns over all the nuclear subs that will soon be passing its waters.
The possibility of a reactor accident that would cause environmental harm. They're worried about an arms race, a wide range of concerns, and they're pressing their case right now in New York at the UN.
So after a year of drama, could it be that the French were the ones we were supposed to be with this whole time?
This thing's been a mess from the beginning, hasn't it? I mean, we had this idea that we're going to build our own submarines in South Australia. Why? So that Christopher Pyne could keep his seat in government. That's why they decided to do it there, and that would provide jobs and it'd all be happy. But it all fell over, of course, when the AUKUS deal was done. I just wonder now, why didn't we buy some submarines off the shelf in the first place? The Japanese were offering them, the French were offering them.
But also, what happens with the $830 in compo we paid?
Maybe we get the discount.
But we better, because think of what we could do with that $830 million.
That's true. I mean, let's be clear.
Buy a sub.
There's every chance this doesn't happen, right? Like, we shouldn't report this as though this is a deal. It's just really interesting that
I just heard the package will leave.
Yes, but it's just interesting. We've got this gap. France has made this offer. The new government is manoeuvring to say, well, we do have a gap that we need filling. There's a review underway.
And Americans are waving around saying, we've got a contract.
Yeah, but they could still do that. Anyway, wouldn't it be amazing if that's how it ended?
It's complicated.
Yeah, I guess, yes, exactly.